playthrough of God of War 3. Yes, before he became the dad of boy. Kratos was an absolute fucking psycho.
Set upon the gods, a legend rose to claim his place among them.
If I could have streamed the other games beforehand, I would have, but of course they're only on PS Now, and PS Now doesn't let you stream while you stream, which makes a bit of sense. But
the family he himself murdered, but the hands of death could not defeat him.
No.
The sisters of fate could not control him.
Oh no.
And on this day, the man, the legend, Kratos, will have his revenge.
Rowenge! Yeah, so this is the very ultimate end of the trilogy that is the God of War saga. Greek saga, anyway, because of course, obviously, he's now in Norseland. Now, my first experience with God of War was, again, because I'm that old, back in the old PS2 days, where I had a demo of the first game, which, if I do believe it takes you through most of the Hydra, most of the opening part of the game until the Hydra boss fight. Then the demo ends. But as soon as I had the opportunity, I think I asked for it because I think I was too young because it was an 18. I can't recall how I got it. No, I couldn't have been 18. Because I do recall playing it at like 16 or 17, 15 maybe. Either that or the people selling it me didn't give a shit. Which is probably more likely back then. They weren't as anal about age stuff, and to be fair, it didn't affect me anything because I love this series. Because of course after playing it I got really ripped and started tearing people's heads off, because that's how games work, isn't it? If you play a violent game and you're not supposed to, you become a psychopath and start tearing people apart. I really love the first game, but you can see it had the first game syndrome again, but it was still a really good game. And then 2 came along, and 2 was fucking amazing. Like, I remember literally being blown away by every single second of God of War 2. And then when it ended on the cliffhanger, which leads into this one, I generally was like, no! I was like, no, keep going, I'm really enjoying this. And of course, at the time when I found out it was going to be on PS3, I wasn't very happy because obviously I wasn't going to be able to get a PS3 at the time. So it was years until I finally played this game, and Ascension, and the 2 PSP titles. Although I did play the first PSP title on the original PSP.
My vengeance
ends
now.
We're not going to have him again. Now it's Christopher Judge as Kratos, and he does a good job. He does a good job.
We were forged in victory.
Corey? Is that Corey?
A victory that ended the Great War.
No, it's Yensid.
Brought forth the reign of Mount Olympus.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with Corey Burton of late. He's a good voice actor, but it seems of late he's kind of playing the same voice all the time, because like, I mean, it's more noticeable in Kingdom Hearts because he plays not only Yensid, he plays like Frollo in Dream Drop Distance and things like that, and it's like, Corey, you're not even trying to make your voice sound different, you're just talking the same way.
A world of prosperity.
Although I do like how
shadow and safety of my mountain.
I like some of the voice casting choices in these games, because in God of War 2 you had Harry Hamlin play Perseus, because you fight Perseus in God of War 2, and obviously Harry Hamlin's famous for playing Perseus in Clash of the Titans.
On this
there's a very famous type of character in this game who I'll mention when we get to him. Who, again, I listened to and went, is that who I think it is? Looked it up and went, yes, yes! But the irony for me is, again, one I might bring up a bit later on.
We will stand together.
Yeah, I might save that little tidbit.
We'll wipe out this plague. Olympus.
Rock boobies. I can't seem to think who plays some of the others. I'm going to quick Google. Although Loki does remind me of Tom Hiddleston a little bit. He really does look at him. He looks like Tom Hiddleston would play him in a live-action movie version. Of course, it'd be a bit typecast because Hermes is meant to be the trickster god, so... I send my flaming horses! Whee! And I do my Sonic thing. Oh, Spike Boy away! Batman. Why did I let him watch that series? Oh gee, I wonder who that is.
Your son has returned. I bring the destruction of Olympus.
I read it a little differently.
The Titans will fail again.
Well then now. Rage! Obviously the combat doesn't fundamentally change throughout the course of the games, it's very much the same. But the spectacle gets bigger and bigger in each one, I think. Although Ascension tried, it didn't do a very good job. I wasn't a big fan of Ascension. Ascension felt kind of pointless. I mean, I think I know why they made it, but it did feel like they were just trying to milk all the money out of the franchise at that point. I mean, what the games most people cared about is 1, 2, and 3. No one really gave stuff about, like, prequel. Well, that's pretty much what it is. There's 2 trilogies in the Greek saga. There's the numbered trilogy, and then there's the prequel trilogy, because Ascension is a prequel. Ascension's supposed to be... Yeah, Ascension's supposed to be first, then God of War 1. No, Chains of Olympus, then God of War 1. Then Ghost of Sparta, then 2, then 3. Oh, he got Charybdis'd. I'm assuming that's meant to be Charybdis. Actually, no, we were in Charybdis in Ghost of Sparta, never mind. I think they did end up covering literally every single type of myth. Every single figure as well. Man, I'm a big tree mama. You can't do it yourself. Boosh! Let me voice cast in a memento. Once I'm done here. Yeah, because I've recently started replaying Dad of Boy again, and I thought, oh, you know what, I'm going to cover the third one, then do a stream of Dad of Boy, in preparation for when Ragnarok finally happens. I'm sorry, Untitled God of War 2021 project, or whatever it's coming out. That is probably the one game so far that I would definitely get a PS5 for, because I think it is PS5 exclusive. Now, death to Crab Horse. Repeat. Cheeky bastard. I can do that too. I just don't want to. Camera angles and the sweeps. Oh. This game truly did make most of the PS3, I think. Of course, this is the PS4 version, so. Yep. Oh, it's been so long since I've done these. I really haven't touched the series for a number of years. I'm playing other things. Glass jaw horse. Eat. No. Will be tired of a man who wants revenge. He's gonna keep going. Of course, there's a typical red, blue, and green orbs. One thing I will do before we carry on, aside from, have a look at this, hit the select button. There we go. And of course, pop the subtitles on. Always forget to do that. Rip and tear. Blech. I thought the voice sounded familiar. It is Suzanne Blakesley playing Gaia. There's a lot of Kingdom Hearts actors in this, isn't there? Its unrivaled strength secures the bond between Olympus and the underworld. Oh, well, we're going to snap that at some point, aren't we? Yeet! I had a brief glimpse of the castle, and I was like, Susan, oh, it's Suzanne Blakesley, nice. Kratos here is voiced by T.C. Carson, who I believe was in one of the Final Destination films. That's the only thing I think I saw him in. I went, oh yeah. Find him. There we go. Yeah, Final Destination 2 is Eugene. He's obviously doing other stuff, but that's the thing I recognised him from. Because I think I saw the film and then I watched like some of the background stuff for God of War 1. And then I was like, he looks familiar. And I was like, oh yeah, it's the dude. Can't remember what happens to him. Oh gee, I wonder where this shrine's meant to be for. Nay. He's Mace Windu in the Clone Wars. Oh, nice. Didn't know that. Not that I really check the patches of the Clone Wars that often. Hello. Can you see who's that underneath the floor? Now I have tried to. I don't know if I have ever finished this game on the ultimate difficulty, but fuck me, I think I remember getting to here and dying quite quickly because every fight in that game is hard. Chop it all off along with your sausage. Agents of Mayhem. Oh, Wenja Shaman in Far Cry Primal, nice. I'm just oh, he's in Bioshock Infinite as well. There's random people. Oh, he's done quite a fair bit. Let's have a look at you then. Here lies the remains of Ares, the fallen god of war. I thought he was stuffed and mounted at the end of the first game. Supposed to be stuffed and mounted. Although I think this makes more sense of him being here. Gotta get across, gotta get across, gotta get across for you. Gotta get up and gotta get over. I'm trying to find out who voices Hermes. Gideon Emery's Poseidon. That name sounds familiar. Get it away! Don't like your giant hard nipples, I'm gonna chop them off. Oh shit. Yeah, prepare to see that quite a bit whilst doing this. The only difference is if I keep doing it, I'm gonna die, so I need to be careful. Exposure cut. Aha! Have a taste of this, you dick. He got staked. Are you happy now, Gaia? Oh, I'm only slightly hurt. Oh. So this is what it's like being inside Gaia. He's Biggs in Final Fantasy Remake. This is Gideon Emery. He's in Star Wars Fallen Order. I could have sworn he was in something really big. Like, as a main character, not just additional voices, because he's in Kingdom Hearts 3 as additional voices. Oh, well, that could be anyone. Just to have a tree heart. Oh, he's not actually... Oh no, here we are. Greg Ellis as Hermes. Should I see what's up there first? Ah, I love this as well. Oh yeah, because didn't he hide inside a cave inside Gaia? And this is supposed to be the cave. Yeah. Quality of life thing they did put in. I think they put in since... I can't think if this is the first game that did it, where he actually speeds up as he pushes, and it's like, thank fucking hell. Because in 1, lugging everything back and forth was really annoying. And now everybody dead. Sometimes it's just best just to let me kill you. Things would be so much easier that way. Whee! Jesus, guy, you got parasites. You should go see a doctor about that. No, not worms up your bum. Nay, I'm a hippocampus.
You challenge me, mortal?
Yeah, I do. Giant Poseidon even.
A true warrior does not hide, Poseidon! Leave the sea and face me! You have disrespected the gods for the last time.
Blibbly, blibbly, blibble. Oh, he's been in all the Pirates films, says Greg Ellis.
Nothing of you in my wake.
Or are you going to sweep me away on a tidal wave? Get it? You got the ocean. You're just as big a prick as your brother. Yeah, come to think of it, Hades is the only one that's not a massive prick. Aside from kidnapping Persephone, of course. But then he treats her well, though. And yeah, he did trick her into staying in the underworld with him, but still... It's probably the only dickish thing he's ever done. He's not, like, had sex with multiple people, or turned people into beasts, or made people fuck bulls. Which is something I will admit, Phoenix Rising does have some nice callbacks to that. Oh, look, there's the... Oh, what is it? There's the version where Zeus believes that it was just this random pearl that created Aphrodite, who had nothing to do with Cronus' gonads. And then, like, Prometheus whispers to him, and he's like, "Wait, what?" That's disgusting! It's a decent part of that game. Otherwise, it's very boring. Come on now, Poseidon, just fall for me. There we go. Oh, okay, maybe not then. Maybe that's a different thing later on. There we go. Could have done with some health orbs instead of magic, but fine, I'll take it. Fuck you! Pull out your little spiky hairs. My gentleman's blouse. Ooh. Ooh, that's one way to do it. Okay then.
All of Olympus unites against you.
So it does, doesn't... Oh, and so it did. Yeah, even on normal, again, this is one of those games where even on normal it's not that easy if you're not careful. Because, as you can see, they're doing a shitload of damage to me. Yeah, it's just some of it's like continuous damage that doesn't need to exist. Boom! Oh dear, Gaia, you're getting rate fucked. That's not the first time. Whoop. Fucking spider Kratos! Dong! Oh well, that's me done. I'm a super god and I just got yeeted and now I'm just a weak little baby. Bye, water horse. Oh, this is I love the way you kill the gods in this. It's so fucking brutal.
Zeus should have kept you where you belong. No matter how many gods fall, there will always be another to stand against you.
They will fall as well.
Yeah, there's not that many
Death of
gods,
Olympus
remember?
means the death of us all.
Then prepare for your death, Poseidon.
Oh, I love this. Oof. Boosh. Boosh. Okay. There's a reason why people love this series, and it is just for the pure raw like violence and aggression. It's one of those games where you can literally just get lost in the violence and just enjoy it. Yeah, that sounds like I'm a psycho, but it's not. It's just over the top and fun. And there's moments where you are like, ooh. For example, something that's about to happen right now. I do believe it's this one. Oh, it is this one, yeah. Oh, I have a thing. I've got a phobia of things going in my eyes. So seeing that is like, aha. It's like Dead Space 2. Whenever I do the getting into the machine, I'm literally like, whoa. I think most people who play that game are a bit whoa with it. And that's the point. They knew that they'd made a very impactful scene when it did that. Oh, everyone's dead. Oh dear. Because of course, without Poseidon to control the oceans, water levels rise. Global warming. Maybe that's the analogy. Great, you killed everyone.
The death of Zeus is within our reach. Climb to my hand.
Climb on my little fingers.
What will you do, Father?
Daddy.
You can no longer hide behind the skirts of Athena.
Athena is dead because of the rage that consumes you, Kratos. What more will you destroy?
The hands of
Well, you
death
see,
could
because
not
Athena is dead is why I must destroy everyone else.
Sisters of
Because it's
fate
partially your fault.
could not
And
hold me. And
she was the only thing keeping
will
him
not
on
see
the
the end of this
technically on the
day.
straight and narrow
I
a
will
little bit.
have my revenge.
Petulant child! I will tolerate your insolence no more!
No, Corey, don't become Big Yensid. What's he gonna do? Summon fucking Sora to kick my ass? Oh god, if Sora fought Kratos, Kratos would fucking win. He'd fucking like take the Keyblade and shove it up his ass. Ooh! And that's why Zeus could beat the fucking Titans. That and he has the Blade of Olympus, but then he doesn't because I've got it.
I can hold on no longer!
If I help you, we will both fall. Even now, Zeus gains.
The destruction of Zeus is why you saved me from death!
I saved you to serve the Titans.
Do not deny me my revenge!
Listen carefully, Kratos. You were a simple pawn, nothing more. Zeus is no longer your concern. This is our war, not yours.
Are you sure you want to be saying that? Considering you know what Zeus did when you... Oh dear, she's a silly cow. I don't think she fully realises what to do when you piss off Kratos. When you betray him as well. He's not going to let you live.
I have died as a god. Having suffered the ultimate sacrifice,
And as a man.
I have been denied release. I will defeat Olympus.
Oh, where are we now? Oh no. We're in the sticks, aren't we? And of course... Oh, yeah, we are. And of course, every God of War game needs you to get drained, so this is their excuse to drain your powers again. Every single game, there's an excuse for the reasons why you have, like, no power. Like, 2, it was because you pumped all your power into the Blade of Olympus. Here it's because the river Styx drained your power, which I think is a feasible... No, that is actually a thing that does happen. I think it's in a myth somewhere. Of course, then you got Achilles that was dipped into the... Was he dipped into the Styx or the Acheron? I can't remember which one he was dipped into. And he became immortal. Apart from his heel, of course. Ah, the realm of Hades. He's not going to be very happy after what happened in Chains of Olympus. We killed his wife. Very brutally.
Are not finished, Zeus. The gates of Hades have never held me.
No, surely he would know that. Not even Tartarus can hold him.
Athena?
Holy Athena's ghost.
I don't...
My sacrifice to save Zeus has brought me to a higher existence.
You still appear to be an Olympian.
Appearances can be deceiving, Kratos.
So can the children of Olympus.
Perhaps. But remember, my death came by your blade.
My blade was meant for Zeus. Be quick with your words.
As we speak, the war for Olympus rages on, and mankind suffers.
Let them suffer. The death of Zeus is all that matters.
Zeus will not fall as easily as Ares. To destroy...
I mean, Ares didn't exactly fall very easily.
The source of the strength. The flame of Olympus.
You once sacrificed yourself to save Zeus, and now you seek to destroy him? What has brought about this change?
I see truths where I did not before.
I don't think they ever quite explain what she is now.
Perhaps these will earn back your trust. These are the blades of exile.
They just wanted an excuse to make a different Blades of Olympus thing. Not Blade of Olympus, Chaos Blades.
Remember, as long as Zeus reigns, there is
Yeah, because what was it? The first game was the Blades of Chaos,
destroy the flame, Kratos.
Blades of Athena, and now it's Blades of Exile.
Of Olympus will crumble.
But they act as if, oh, these have always existed. It's like, have they? I don't recall. Like, at least Athena's blades were feasible, because you could at least go, fair enough, they're her blades, she keeps them in, she never uses them. Although why they're made the same way as the blades of Chaos, I don't know. Unless she can change their form. But then there's these, and it's like, how does this work? I don't know about you, but the level of detail in Dante's Inferno looks really good, doesn't it? The irony is Dante's Inferno is a shitty God of War clone. It really is, right down to the angry, violent man. Who I admit I semi-liked what they did with him. I mean, here's the thing: they had to turn a guy because in the actual original Inferno, Dante is not a roided, ripped mass murderer. He's just him. He's just Dante Alighieri, the poet, and he's literally like, "Oh no, I'm scared." Like how he transitions into the different levels of hell is he just passes out, and Virgil carries him there while he's passed out, and it's like, yeah, big Jesse. But then again, he's a normal man, and I wouldn't exactly blame him. Whereas, in a way, they kind of took the character a little bit too far in the game for Dante's Inferno. He was literally just, I'm riding! I want Beatrice, my wife!
Did you miss me?
It's kind of like, it worked with Kratos because there was a lot more, there was a few more levels of depth. It wasn't just, grr, my wife died due to my own actions. I think Kratos was a lot better because his was literally, I killed my fucking wife and kids. Oh gee, I wonder if the if that attack is inspired by any particular kind of thing. Yeet! I couldn't possibly guess what it's inspired by. A film I used to really like, and now I'm a bit like, yeah. And then the sequel, I was like, yeah, there's only one good thing about the sequel. Oop, yeah, X to move quickly. Oh, I nearly cocked that up then. Yeah. Oh. Away with you. Oh, you can't do what you could do in the first game, where you could literally go like, you could literally switch sides and kick both ways. I used to enjoy doing that. I used to go like dong, dong, dong. But you can't do it as rapidly here because you've got to, it's like dirt. It's a bit finickety. Back off. I said, back off. You can't say they weren't inspired by that film at all at any point. I even think I think there is an achievement where you do. I could be getting it wrong. There's definitely a reference to it in Odyssey, in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, because there's literally an attack that's just a kick, and it's meant to kick people off ledges. And I think there is a trophy called "This is Sparta." This oppressive darkness is no place for a delicate flower to bloom. Tonight I honour Hades' request and join his table, but I swear on the morrow I will leave this foul place with you at my side. Oh, is this... Oh. Pirithous. I thought it was... Oh, I can't remember his name now. The dude that... Nothing shall keep me from you, my darling Persephone. Okay. I mean, she is the original goth girlfriend. Yeah, think about it. Persephone is one of the original, potentially big-titted goth girlfriend. Or at least the sexy femme fatale one. Like the Morticia kind of looking one. Because of course there's like 40 million of the Gorgons. That was kind of, I would say, the one problem, because they needed obviously multiple enemies for you to fight, so I kind of get the reason why. But sometimes you're kind of like, but there wasn't that many. There's only 3 Gorgons in the history of the whole mythology. But here it's like, nah, there's like fucking species, and I'm like, fair enough. Mind you, they do the same in, again, Phoenix Rising, where there's like multiple ones and things. So they're your standard enemies. I mean, honestly, Phoenix Rising is just basically Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but a bit more cartoony, and it's more Breath of the Wild in terms of gameplay, but it's the sort of the setting of Odyssey, just less realistic. Oh, he's probably going to get me before I break out. Yep. I timed that badly. It's not a great game. It looks nice. I can imagine on a PS5 it would look really nice, but it's not worth it, in my opinion. I mean, I played to the end, I finished the game, and the story's interesting a bit, I suppose. But I started the DLC and I was just like, I don't want to have to keep going through these fucking dungeons again. I'm bored now. I've deleted it. I'll probably go back to it, but right now I'm just done with it. Come here with your dirty hair and your titties. Your titties. Because of course it's God of War and they ain't ashamed of their nips. Unlike Devil May Cry fucking 3. You want them titties? They'll show you them titties. I mean, even in the very first game you fucking see them. Because, like, what is it? After you defeat the Hydra, you get to have sex with those women in the bed. It's like, oh, hey. Which obviously for a young lad coming of age was quite interesting to see. Again, a reason why I was probably too young to play it. Not that it bothered me. Like I never felt like awkward with it. I was just like, oh okay. I was just like, ah, boobies or something like that. I don't know how I reacted. I think it was the case of, oh okay, full-on nudity. Well, frontal nudity anyway, chesty nudity. See, at least they didn't go there. They could have, yeah, full frontal could have been like, you'd have seen Kratos' dong and everything. Which apparently is quite huge. I think they make comments in some of the games where it is literally like, he's so big, and you're like, I think it might be this game actually, because obviously there's a sex scene in this one. I'm kind of glad they never put one in Dad of Boy. Spoilers, there's not one in Dad of Boy. Because considering what they were trying to do with Kratos, it would make no sense. Even though there was a point where I was like, he's going to bang this character, isn't he? And it's like, nope. And I'm like, yeah, no good. I don't think it would work. Wouldn't make it. It wouldn't set a good example for boy. If he went around banging everything. And obviously he did, because, you know, that's why. It's how he got said boy. Well, no, he just banged a giant. Hello.
I have suffered enough, Spartan.
Ah, there's the dude from the letter.
Hades, he sentenced me to this eternal torture.
Torture?
My prison of tinder. But now that you are here, you can free me. All I have left is my bow. Please, free me, and it is yours.
Let's see if I can find behind the voice actors. Here we go. Because I want to see who plays him, because his voice... It sounds like Simon Templeman, but I don't think it is. Susan Blakesley. Erin Torpe as Athena. Natalie Lander as Pandora. A certain character we're not getting to yet. April Stewart as Aphrodite. Oh yeah, Malcolm McDowell's in the game. Clancy Brown, yes. Crispin Freeman. Another one that I'm not going to mention yet. Oh, it is Simon Templeman. Nice. I was right then. I love Simon Templeman. Like, he's definitely... He's one of the big voice actors that got me into voice acting.
It's too close.
Because I grew up playing the Legacy of Kain games. And they were like one of the very few ones where I was like, I want to do this as a career. In fact, I've done something with them. I was part of a uni project that who I made friends with a dude that was doing it because he was pretty much into the same shit as I was. It turned out that he had got Michael Bell and Simon Templeman to play parts in it. He somehow got them to do it for free. I don't recall how, but obviously I couldn't get paid for the work. But I was like, you know what? It's voice acting experiments. I will take it. And then, but we never met them. It was the case of they just recorded them in their home and then buggered off. Basically, they recorded them in their home and sent them in. but I was shown the clips and I was like, ooh. And I play the main character in it. It was like a random free Union project. I don't think it got commercially sold. Well, it wouldn't have been commercially sold. It would have been for free. I'll have to see if I can find a script for it and see if I can see if it does actually exist. But yeah, it was like I was like, yeah. So I think we were having a discussion about it, and he was like, yeah, I got you may know them. I don't know if you'll know them or not. No, I think he kind of said, do you know what Legacy of Kain is? Or he dropped the hint that was the thing. Or did I mention it? I can't. I think I might have mentioned it because I think he asked me, why do you want to do this? And I mentioned things like I've kind of wanted to do voice acting for like years in like games or anything else, and it's due to things like Simon Temple, like say Legacy of Kain was a big inspiration. And he was like, funny you should say that. He's like, funny you should say that, because we do actually have Simon Templeman and Michael Bell in the game. And I was like, no. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, what, are they actually going to come here? And he went, no, they've recorded in their home. And I went, oh, okay, I'll accept that.
I cannot help you.
I will accept that, but it was like, crow, I've technically been in a project with them. Just not actually physically done anything in front of them. Which is a shame. Might have to reset it. Oh, yes.
What are you doing?
No, I won't. But yeah, those are another games that I would love to see a HD remaster of. Legacy of Kain games. I don't think a new one would work. I think it's not worthy of it today. But that's the thing; they won't do it because it's like the Onimusha thing, where it's like, no, it won't sell, and it's like, well, you don't fucking know that. Plus, for conservation, it'd be really cool. I think there was like a few things that I remember reading a blog post about, is it ever going to happen? And obviously a lot of people have gone, no, but it would be cool if it did. And that's the general consensus with it. It's like, it ain't going to happen, but if it did, it would be really cool, and we'd really appreciate it. Die! Sorry, Simon, I love you. Bye. Had to be done. Alright, Cerberus, time to go for Night Knights. And by that, permanently. Tar, I will take your bow, because for some reason you have it. The bow of Apollo.
The bow of Apollo.
Ooh, it's a sexy bow. I'm not entirely sure if it's a different voice actress playing Athena. Because again, it has been a while. Yeah, it's quite. Yeah, God of War often had like a really decent voice cast. Like, apart from Christopher Judge, I can't think who else is in Dad of Boy. Like, I think obviously the one playing Atreus is a new kid, but he's really good. Like, the voice actors in God of War are really just all around really good, whichever game it's in, even if the game's not very good itself. Because Ascension's not that fun. It has some interesting things, but it's overall not that great. Come on, Kratos, you could literally get up there. You're just being a pansy. There we go, I had to go all the way to the top, of course. hoping I find all these. No guarantee, but I'm going to try. Because I goddamn need every upgrade I can get. Like, even that's something that's in Dad of Boy, is like the find the items to increase your health. Dad of Boy I think is much harder. Like, there's definitely, like, the Valkyrie bosses are fucking bollock hard. So when I get round to playing that will be the point where I will be raging quite a bit. Well, that's what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be like sort of the bosses that you do after you finish the main campaign or towards the end of it. The melody, it plays on and will not stop. The voice sings of pain and loss. These things I know too well, but still can bear. It is when the voice sings of hope that I learn true anguish. Ooh, the hope! A longing for that which I can never have. A boo-hoo! And again, the music's just absolutely lovely. Ooh. Like, they really did a cracking job. There's a reason why this franchise is very popular. Well, PlayStation is popular anyway. Yeah, they didn't break. I was thinking they never did Xbox One Dad of Boy, did they? It was pretty much a PlayStation exclusive. Which I think it needs. There are some series that have always been PlayStation exclusive that should stay that way, in my opinion. Just for a bit of competition. The only time it really gets weird is when they start doing something like... I think they've rectified it now, but it's like when they put Kingdom Hearts 3 on Xbox One. And it was like a while until they brought out the... Can you get the collections? I think you can, because I seem to recall when I had an Xbox One I managed to get a Game Pass, and I think the collections are on there. And 3's on there, I think. And I seem to recall that they didn't quite bring out... Oh wait, no, they weren't planning to do it, and then because people said, well, how can we play the game on Xbox when we've never played the series? So they thought, oh shit, yeah. In that case, here, have the story so far, which is what they've... yeah. So they didn't originally they didn't decide to do that until people went, hang on a minute. Like, PlayStation people are fine because they've get across, Kratos, you idiot. Like, PlayStation people are fine because they've probably grew up with the original PlayStation titles, and of course the collections that are on PS3 and stuff. And yeah, that's what I seem to recall happened. Sounds like something that would happen anyway. But imagine that though, releasing the third and so-called final game of a franchise and not give, on a console that's never had the other games. That's like if they released this on the Xbox, or Dad of Boy on the Xbox. Because I feel that, yeah, technically it's a soft reboot, technically, but I feel that only like the big fans will get any of the references and get, I think, some of the story beats that happen in Dad of Boy only have an impact because people like me who have played the originals, because they won't know who Athena is. They'll be like, why the fuck is he talking to this one? Like, some certain impactful moments would have been lost, I think, had they done that. Some people complain about Daddy Boy Kratos, but I love that version of him because it feels like he's grown as a character. Like, he's no longer this like rage-fueled bastard. He's literally like he's kind of mellowed and he's learned not to use his rage as much and things like that. Right, I'm going to hit that save point over there, and then I'm going to call this apart for now. Normally I do longer ones, I know, but I've got things to do today, duty calls and all that. So, I will leave it here, and I will see you next time for more Dad of Boy 3. I mean, God of War 3. He's not a Dad of Boy yet. So, thank you for watching, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.